As a baker, one of the things that you need to do is keep up with trends. Let's talk about the dot cake trend. What are dot cakes? Essentially, they're mini cakes that are covered with a layer of frosting, icing, buttercream, and then sort of dipped in sprinkles so it gives this effect of just like little dots. Now, obviously you have to use sprinkles that look like rounds, so they look like dots called, and that's why they're called dot cakes. When I first saw this, I was just kind of like, okay, so is it kind of like a cupcake? I suppose the difference is that dot cakes are a lot more uniform, whereas cupcakes aren't because of the swirl on a cupcake, so it gives more sort of movement. Whereas dot cakes are very kind of like it's very flat and level, and it's very unique in appearance. Where did this trend start? Well, I was doing my research, and there's a company called the Dot Cakes, and they've actually trademarked this, the dot cake, their company. It's got a trademark. So I'm going to come back to that later because there might have some implications if you do want to do dot cakes as part of your menu. And they started doing these little cakes, these dot cakes, and they were kind of like small transparent containers, and they just seemed to take off. And then the next thing you know, there's people queuing up for them. Then other bakers, other companies start to do them. At the moment, it seems to be quite trendy in like in America and Canada. I think it is slowly coming over here to the UK. But I find it very interesting that something so simple has exploded. And I just wonder, I've been reading comments about these dot cakes, and somebody said, is this a recession indicator? Because they're fairly cheap to make, I would say. You don't have to do any amazing special cakes. The only thing maybe is investing in the containers. But I mean, you could use shop bought cake if you want. You can use make your own cake, and at the moment, I'm seeing mainly vanilla, but you can use whatever flavor cake you want. You could do carrot cake, you could do chocolate cake, you could do different flavor buttercreams, you could do different color buttercreams. But I think essentially the sprinkles do kind of have to stay round, because you can get sprinkles in all different shapes, like long sprinkles, intricately shaped sprinkles. But for it to be called a dot cake, I would say the sprinkles need to be round shaped. Now, as a baker, should you incorporate this into your menu? You should. I wouldn't say you need to, but I mean, if it's something that you feel goes well with your menu and it's something that um, works with your menu, why not? I mean, as I said, it's not very hard to make. What I will say though, you may have to be careful of what you call it, because the dot cakes is trademarked, is registered trademark. Now, I don't know what under class it's trademarked, and I don't know really how the trademark system works in like America, Canada. But before you add it to your menu, you might want to maybe consider what you call it, because you don't want to become sort of embroiled in any kind of legal battle. And what I would say as well is, obviously, at the moment they're kind of mini cakes, but I have seen people start doing cookie sort of dot cookies, and also why not think about maybe doing sort of larger cakes but with the same kind of concept. So, for example, like a heart-shaped cake, but it's all covered with dots. Obviously, a good old round-shaped cake, like a 6-inch or 8-inch, covered in dots. Just think of variations as well. That's if you want to. So yeah, I thought I'd just make this quick video about it if you're a baker who's interested in kind of getting onto that trend. And I think now's a good time because it's quite new. It's still quite new in like America, Canada, but it's quite new here. So if you want to be one of the first people here in the UK to get on the trend, why not? Me personally, I don't like sprinkles, mainly because I just find them so hard to eat, and the whole thing on my teeth, and so sprinkles are not for me. But as a baker, let me know in the comments, is this a trend that you're gonna try? Until next time, Kate lovers.